Hi again. Happy spring, even though it doesn't feel like it. It's more like happy rain day than happy spring day. So I have two more stories, shorter ones, to read today, and a little science experiment that I thought we could do just kind of for fun. So to start with the science experiment, don't mind the mess in my kitchen. I took out everything we need. It's called the 9-layer density tower, but I actually only have 7 layers because that's all I had in the house. So we are going to take some of these liquids. Let me see if I can set this up somewhere where you can see, hopefully, and put them into this empty bottle here. And we're going to learn about a little bit about density, which is kind of like which one's heavier than the other one. It's a little different than that, but that's kind of basically what happens. So we're just going to see what happens when we mix these things. So I'm going to start, let's see, by putting a little dish soap in. And this is something that if your parents say okay, depending on what you have at home, you might be able to try at home too. I know the video is not going to be great because I'm trying to do it myself. So I apologize if we can't see super well. Without wasting too much of this, let's get one layer of, could be any kind of dish soap, any kind, any color. The one I grabbed happened to be orange. So we'll put a little bit, maybe like that much of that in there. Okay. And now we're going to add it. It actually called for a vegetable oil, but I didn't have any at the house, so I've got some canola oil. I don't know if one's thicker than the other. So we'll see what happens here. Mix some of that in. It's kind of bubbly. Wrong top. We are going to put some milk in. Kind of gross, right? Obviously don't drink it. That's a given. And if you do this at home, make sure you got mom or dad's permission. We are going to put some 100% maple syrup in here. If I can, I have to put this down. I don't think I can do that one-handed. Let's see. Slide that over so you can see better. I'll hold it up so you can see it after too. A little more brown than my orange dish soap. And honey too, which could be confusing because they're all similar in color. Let's see. It's going to take a few seconds to come out. I'm going to squeeze some honey in there. There we go. But again, I'm not sure how much honey we have, and we like to use this for adding some sweetness to our smoothies when we make them. And it's also good if you've got a sore throat, so let's not use too much of that. Okay, and then I've got water, which is just plain clear. So for fun, I've got some food coloring. I think I'll use some blue. I'm not going to use the yellow because everything we have is kind of yellow, orange, brown already. So let's make this a pretty blue color. Just put 2 drops. It doesn't take much to change the color. Maybe I could pretend it's the ocean since I was going to go to Florida on Saturday, but we're staying home now. All right, let's put this in. That's fun. I'm not going to, I don't need to put it all in. Rubbing alcohol. Now that's also clear like water, so I'm just going to kind of take it over to the sink, dump out my water so I can still use this container again. Take it back over to the counter. All right, let's put some of the rubbing alcohol in. And this was up in our bathroom. And for a different color, let's go red. Because that will be different than the blue or the orange, yellowish, brownish that we have. Mix it up. Put it on the counter. Mix it up, pour it in. And I might as well put it all in since I took it out, so I'm not wasting. Let's see, so we used maple syrup, the honey, the rubbing alcohol, let me see, the dish soap, water, milk, and canola oil. Okay, so everything's in there. I can put you down here for a sec. And let's take this beautiful rainbow of colors here. All right, kind of mix it up, shake it up. And now it's just kind of brown and gross looking, right? Actually kind of reminds me, again, thinking of the ocean. We've got some like the waves crashing on the sand, brown sand with the bubbles. Wishful thinking on this cold day. All right, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. I'm going to put this mess right here. There we go. And I'm just going to let it sit for a while. So while it's sitting, I'm going to take you back into my sunroom with my books for today. Dun, 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 dun. I did put the heater on in here because it's only 3 season. It does get cold in the winter. So I'll have you come around with me. And we'll have a seat again. So 2 books, again, shorter than yesterday because I know that was really long. And it took so long to upload with our science project. This might take a while again. So let's start. Actually, what I'm going to raise you up a little bit here. So maybe you're not looking up at me quite so much. See if that helps. A little better? Okay. I am going to start with, I have 2. If you give a dog a donut, so if you know those, like if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a moose a muffin, what is it? If you give a pig a pancake, I think there's one about cats. I don't know, my son has a bunch of these. So I thought if you give a dog a donut, maybe it was one that was not quite as popular. You may not know this one yet. So written by Laura Numeroff and illustrated by Felicia Bond. These all are fun stories. If you give a dog a donut. If you give a dog a donut, you have to do some inferencing here, some guessing. What do you think will happen? He'll ask for some apple juice to go with it. But will he really? When you give him the juice, he'll drink it all up. Then he'll ask for more. There won't be any left, so he'll want to make his own. Hopefully he doesn't make what we just made in there. He'll go outside to pick apples. So he's got a plan to make some apple juice here. When he's up in the tree, he'll toss you one. Throwing the apple will make him think of baseball. He'll want to play. If it's not one thing, it's another. You'll have to get a ball and a glove. Of course, he'll also need a bat. He'll ask you to pitch. He'll hit a home run. Look at that ball going. Very talented dog. Then he'll do a happy dance to celebrate. Obviously fiction. Dancing will make him hot and dusty, so he'll need some water. He'll probably start a water fight. You'll have to dry him off with your bandana. He'll wrap it around his head and pretend that he's a pirate. Then he'll want to go on a treasure hunt. That would be fun. While you're home, you could make a treasure hunt in your house. Maybe for like a brother or a sister, or they could do it for you. He'll find an old kite and want to make himself one. You'll have to get him some sticks, paper, and string. When the kite is finished, he'll want to fly it. It will go higher and higher. So now we have to think what will happen next. What will happen if the kite goes too high? Will he lose it? Will he find it? Will he need another? What's going to be in the sky that makes him think of something else he wants to do? Oh, until it gets tangled in the apple tree. The tree will remind him of the apple juice, so he'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if he asks you for some apple juice, what do you think he's going to want? Think about the beginning of the story. He'll want a donut to go with it. So these are really fun, like if-then books. And if you're doing a free write, you could do one of these if you give a something, a something. I kind of did those for fun before with my son. You can make up your own story with that same kind of idea. So the second book I have, and I'm peeking in the kitchen, and that is not ready. In fact, I don't know if it's going to be ready after a story. I might have to take a picture later. It's Splat the Cat, Good Night, Sleep Tight. We like our Splat books too. Oh, in fact, my son likes it so much, he gave it SpongeBob stickers because he really loved SpongeBob. He went through a phase there where he liked him. All right. And this is written by Rob Scotton, or it's based on the story by him. Splat was happy. It was almost night. He was getting ready to camp under the moonlight. Everything is just right, Splat told his mom. I have my sleeping bag. I have my flashlight. And I have a surprise, said Splat's mom. Let's go outside. Mom and Splat went into the garden. They pulled back the tent flaps. Splat peered inside the tent, and 2 sets of eyes peered back. Say hello to Spike and Plank, said Splat's mom. They are camping here tonight. She invited some friends over. Splat felt his whiskers wobble with fright. Mom, whispered Splat. I don't like Spike. You might like him better if you spent some time together, said Splat's mom. You'll see. Everything will be just right. I'm hungry, said Spike. What did you bring for me to eat? I have some fish cakes, Splat said. Yum, said Spike. He gobbled them up in delight. Look, said Splat. The stars are so bright, I see at least 1,000,000. I see 71, said Plank. I see nothing, said Spike, but 2 silly cats looking at the moonlight. I don't know if you can hear that. The rain's coming harder because their sunroom has a glass roof. You might be able to hear it from where you are. It's getting late, said Splat. Let's try to sleep. But Plank could not rest. My sleeping bag is much too tight, he said. Plank tossed. He turned. He struggled, stretched, and strained, and then rip. You're welcome, said Spike. He just ripped that sleeping bag open. Do you think that's something he wanted him to do? He can move, but no, his sleeping bag is ripped. Splat was just about to fall asleep when something felt wrong. He saw a dark shadow creep up the tent wall. Run for your lives! Splat shouted with all his might. Who or what could that be? Splat! Oh my, Spike laughed. Did I give you a fright? I'd say. What's the big deal, said Spike. Everything is all right. Splat did not think so, but he was too tired to pick a fight. One by one, Splat's whisker droops. One by one, his eyes shut tight. Suddenly, Spike sprang up. What's wrong, said Splat. There's something strange crawling up my leg, yelled Spike. Mommy! Screamed Spike. He scrambled out of his sleeping bag. He stumbled out of the tent. When Spike took flight, he took the whole tent down with him. Oh, Seymour, said Splat. It was just you. It's all right, Spike. Come back, said Splat and Plank. We will protect each other for the rest of the night. So this time it was Spike's turn to be scared of something. Promise, sniffled Spike. Promise, said Splat. Now good night, said Splat. Sleep tight, said Plank. See you in the morning light, said Spike. For three friends who camped out that night, everything turned out just right. So the mom was right after all. They got to know each other a little better. Turns out Spike wasn't so big and scary. He's afraid of things too. And they could all be friends after all. All right, I'm looking in the kitchen and I see something going on with the experiment. Doesn't look ready yet. I probably shook it up too much, but I thought it might be a little more fun, more exciting that way for to see it all mixed up and to see how long it would take. But we'll go take a look. And if I need to, I will just take a picture later for you all to see because there's a lot of brown going on there still. Let's see. Take you back in. All right. So what we have right now with our experiment is a dark brown layer here. Again, a whole middle layer of a medium brown. And it actually looks like that's some, well, there's white, but there's a lot of bubbles on top, but then there's just some plain white in the middle here. So I am going to, whoops, I don't think I was showing you that. I'm going to come back to this later, take a picture, and I'll show you what is going to happen. But with density, you'll see the different layers, even though they're all mixed up now. They'll start to separate into the different layers, and things that are heavier will go to the bottom, and things that are lighter will go to the top. So I will come back and show you what happens a little bit later. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Again, if you need help with any of your work, if you have any questions on anything, just send me a message through Dojo or an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Hope you guys are having a good day. See you soon. Bye.